Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi, Jai Savidhan, Jai Bharat. Welcome you all to MNT News Network. Today is Sunday, and every Sunday we are organizing the session in English. And as all of you know, April month is full the month of festivals, and it is also for the indigenous people of India. It is a very important month of April because in this particular month we have the birth anniversary celebrations of Rashtrapita Jotiba Phule as well as Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So 11th April and 14th April. So whole month, the month of April is celebrated towards the birth anniversary celebrations of our forefathers, Jotiba Phule and Dr. Ambedkar. And these birth anniversaries are celebrated worldwide throughout the world. So this April month is completely busy with the celebrations and remembering Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar as well as Rashtrapita Jotiba Phule for their overall contribution, overall dedication, their guidance, their ideas, their many things, ideology and many things. So today also we are going to discuss a very important topic, and today we have very eminent guest speaker with us. Today we are going to discuss the views of Dr. Ambedkar and his guru Jotiba Phule on women empowerment. And we had with us Mulnivasi Mrudula Devi, who is a poet, movie lyricist, and she is also editorial board member of Patabhedam magazine, which is running in Kerala, and she is also involved in various social activities with social organizations, and she is playing very active role in her life. She dedicated her life for the social cause and doing much more things. So we are grateful today to have Mrudula Devi ji with us. And today we are going to discuss about views of Dr. Ambedkar and his guru Jotiba Phule on women empowerment. So this is a very important topic, and today it will be a great pleasure to hear from Mrudula Devi ji about what were the views of Dr. Ambedkar as well as Jotiba Phule ji as far as the women are considered, because women are almost 50% of the population of India, and when such a large population constitutes of women, and women empowerment is a very crucial issue as far as the overall social system is considered. And in this particular aspect, what were the views of our forefathers, specifically Dr. Ambedkar and Jotiba Phule ji, that we are going to discuss. So this is a very, very important topic, and a very, very important personality today we have to discuss along with this specific topic of views of Dr. Ambedkar and Jotiba Phule ji on women empowerment. So without wasting time, let me welcome Mulnivasi Mrudula Devi ji. Mrudula Sashi ji, Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi, and welcome to MNT News Network. Welcome to MNT News Network, and today we have a great pleasure to have with you. So specifically, as far as this month, I told that April month is fully celebrated as birth anniversary celebrations of our forefathers, and women constitutes of 50% of population of the entire population. So in such a case, it's our duty to see as far as the woman is considered, what were the views of Dr. Ambedkar and Rashtrapita Jotiba Phule ji on women who constitutes of 50% of the population. So basically today on this particular topic, we would like to hear from you. So we will start with we would like to know, or our viewers would like to know what was the situation of women before Phule ji started his movement. That was in means almost 1870s onwards. Whatever social movement was run by Jotiba Phule ji. But before starting this movement, what was the situation, or where was the woman in social strata? Please explain.
That Neha Vandana. Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi. It's a relevant question you have asked. The of women were so worse that India practiced a lot of social evils, and Manusmriti guided here at that era. And according to Manusmriti, women were the menial objects. Manusmriti denied education, Manusmriti denied freedom to women, and it banned the opportunity to mingle with society and to ban to celebrate any social and cultural events at society. And Pita, Manusmriti insisted that Pita Rakshati Kaumare, Bhartra Rakshati Yauvane, Putra Rakshati Vardhake. This was the motto of Manusmriti. They considered women as public waste. They didn't give any opportunity to uplift their life. And in India, that era, India practiced a lot of social evils and like untouchability, sati pratha, abolition that abundance of women into abolition of abundant old woman into temple or the outskirts of village, devdasi system, polyandry, child marriage, and sexual molestation of widows, and forced to make widows unattractive by removing their hair from head, removing their ornaments, or wearing white sarees to make more unattractive, and also to force the widows to burn themselves into the fire of their husband. And a lot of atyajar had done in social at that period. The irony is that the women are the main victims of all these social practices, but they had no idea about how they are victimizing by using Manusmriti to promote patriarchy. The original victims are women, but the women are supporting to practice all these things like sati or untouchability, the abundance, the old woman the old woman into temples, and all these things they glorified all these things. They thought that they are glorified. They thought that all these things are they are doing for the sake of God, for the sake of to do all these things. It is their duty to do, to serve the society, to serve the community, to serve their family, to serve their children. So I would like to say that about, I think that I have to I have to spend some time for sati. This was the brutal, crucial social practice done in India and our nearby country in Nepal. Also, we can see a lot of reports during 15th, 14th century to 18th century. A lot of women had practiced sati. Why they are practicing sati? There are multiple reasons are there, but I would like to say like to give insight to one or two reasons. The one thing is that after the death of her husband, automatically the property and assets and wealth come to woman. To acquire this wealth, the patriarchy tried to kill this. The patriarchy suggested to practice sati. One reason is that, and the second reason is that when the husband died, then a surplus amount of surplus women will be remaining here, and they consider these women are public waste. They are not the patriarchy, or in Hindu religions, patriarchy was not ready to spend a single money for them, to protect them, to give medicine, to give shelter, or to nurture them. All these things are a burden for them. They were not ready to do this. That is why they had insisted them, they had told them, suggested that to burn themselves in the fire of their husbands. In the husband, the fire of the husband. And the third one was the so brutal was that when a woman is after the death of the husband, when a woman is existing that or she is living in the at husband's house, her body stimulates the sexual desire of the men, those who are living with her. So to suppress that, the men were not ready to suppress their misbehavior, but they insisted her to burn herself in the fire. So many multiple reasons were there. So the brutal social practices were here. Like such a brutal system was sati. And I had picked one more for 5 or 6 incidents only. This was the condition of woman before the Phule, Jyotirao Phule's movement started.
Right, ma'am. So basically, as far as the social or the Vedic literatures are considered, these the women were considered as a worst of worst, and they were given the degraded status in the society. So in such a cases, when it came to almost 1870 to 73, when Jotiba Phule ji started his movement. So can you please specify what were Phule ji's steps, or what did Phule ji did to empower the woman, and what steps did he took, what challenges did he face in to curtail this particular situation, and to face this particular situation, and to awaken the society which was very degraded as far as the women are considered. How do you think, what do you think Phule ji had done to overcome this particular situation?
Yeah, that we understood that we have a lot. We know that we have a lot of social reformers here. A great Renaissance movement happened in Asia, especially in India. India is not like a country like other European countries. The caste system is practicing here. So our Renaissance movement we have to count in another way. We have a lot of social reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Swami Vivekanand, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Sri Ram Krishna Paramhams, and a lot of social reformers were here. But among them, Jotiba Phule was the first person to advocate or to support social democracy. He was the person, as I told you now, the name of the social reformers, they were modified caste, but they were not ready to annihilate caste. But Jyotirao Phule was strictly, and he raised his voice against caste practices, and he insisted that to annihilate caste and to place their social democracy. That is why later Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar considered Jotiba Phule as his political mentor. So Jotiba Phule was he belongs to backward community, Phule Mali. This caste is a backward community known as Phule Mali. And Mali community were strong communities that we can so we can see a lot of Mali community in all over Central Asia. And the people of this Mali community were mainly horticultural. They are doing horticultures, especially Phule Mali. Phule, the word Phule means that we can derive from that to Phule, flower, from that word the word derived, because Phule was a Phule Mali, Jire Mali. Jire Mali is the people, those who, that's also the name of a subcaste in Mali caste. The people, those who are nurturing or planting cumins are known as Jire Mali. And Phule Mali means that the people, those who are planting and nurturing and making as a livelihood to sell these things are known as Phule Mali. And Jyotirao Phule, because they are the main producers of agriculture, but they had no voice to raise their voice against the injustices showed to them, and also they had no power over decision making. So Jyotirao Phule, he criticized against all these things. When he was a child, he attended the marriage of one of his Brahmin friends' marriage ceremony. The bride, the relatives of bride realized that he was a backward community. Then he was an OBC. That is why the bride's family, that relatives, defenestrated from that marriage ceremony. Soon, that time onwards, Phule started to fight against Brahmanical patriarchy and caste system. So he realized that and he understood that to eradicate this, we need education. And also, we need women empowerment. Through women education only, it will be possible. The condition of women were so worse, condition of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBC were so worse. So he decided to start a school. During that colonial period, Britishers came here, the missionaries came here, and they started English education here. Phule got knowledge about it, and Jyotirao Phule visited there with his friend Govinde, and he visited there and he observed very well about Cynthia Ferren, one of the missionary woman. How she was teaching children, especially from downtrodden community, without taking any money, and he astonished that the woman, she was not a member of this country, and she was all the way from another country, but she is spending her energy, time, and money for the people of downtrodden. It motivated and inspired him very much, and he discussed it with Cynthia very well, and Cynthia also motivated him. Then he understood the value of the education of women. In that way, in 1848, January 1st, Bidbade, Pune, he opened first women's school. It was a tremendous historic event happened in India, and I think that I am also the product of that incident. Yeah, and after that, because that the newspaper in Maharashtra, Pune, Maharashtra, the leading newspapers are quoted this news that a backward community, Jyotirao Phule, Phule Mali, opened a school. In a way, it's had opened a new path in the history, and Phule's fame increased a lot. But at the same time, the caste Hindus were not ready to accept the interference of a backward community to the field of reading and writing, because reading and writing are the knowledge and the power of Brahmins. That they were not ready to accept a person from backward community, and also the most important thing is that when he opened the school, the 10 women were there to study, to join this school, and from different communities like Brahmins, Tethis, and backward communities. From all, because the RGU, we have to think about the urge of women to study, that we can understand, because to get education, even the Brahmin ladies also broken the norms of their system, and they joined the backward community, that Jyotirao Phule, a person belongs to backward community, they were ready to join with him. But it created a lot of chaos in that in the mindset of Indians, because because from backward community, a person came forward and he started schools. It created a lot of problems, and he didn't get any opportunity and any help from anywhere, because day by day his fame is increasing, and many of them, especially lady women, came in the came many women came to join this school, and he needs support. He wanted to open many schools. Anyways, in 1848 to 1852, we can see more than 18 schools Jyotirao Phule opened. And the caste Hindus, they they started a lot of threats and violence against him. They never sent anyone to go to join that school, and also they declared that never to help Jyotirao Phule, never join as a teacher, as a student there. Such a problem they made. But also Jyotirao Phule had a great decision that his powerful, determined mind decided that I would never go, never taken a step back. When I will be here and I will do in that way. He didn't ask for, he didn't beg for anyone, but he taught his wife Savitri Bai Phule, and he appointed Savitri Bai Phule there as a teacher. Along with Jyotirao Phule, Savitri Bai Phule also came to to this school, and she taught the children. And Phule shared a lot of good ideas. This Phule couple shared a lot of new ideas to the woman. And also Phule already English education. He read a lot, a vast knowledge he had acquired from English library. That all the ideas he found that a straightforwardness in the lifestyle of Westerners, in the lifestyle of Europeans, how they were not clinging the orthodox values, but they are thinking about modernity. All these things he taught the ladies. Came to his school, and he shared all the ideas. He taught them very well about the importance of hygienics, about the importance to eradicate superstitions. All these things made, and the women, those who joined the school, were like Savitri Bai Phule and Jyotirao Phule. They stayed along with him. That was a tremendous, remarkable event happened at India, and all the newspapers always, in one way, some of them are criticizing. At the same time, in India, all the newspapers they covered this news, and this major, because he had done all these things not with the path of flowers, but with the path of thorns. That is why we can see that he had given opportunity to learn Savitri Bai Phule, and he joined that school. And that is why we are considering her as the first woman teacher in India, that because of the determination of Jyotirao Phule to empower women through education. That is why we had got the Savitri Bai Phule. After that, she had made a lot of wonderful activities in India, that infanticide prohibition center she opened, and she started a rally against the barbers, those who were shaving the widows, and everywhere she was there along with the Jyotirao Phule. So we can see that these two people were the living example of of how to practice social democracy in a society.
Right. Rightly pointed out, ma'am. This was really a very, very historical step, because almost 50% of population constitutes of women, and if woman gets education, and if a woman in a family gets education, that family gets developed, and ultimately the country gets developed. So that was a historical vision that Jotiba Phule thought of, and really he had taken a step in such a way that it created a historical step. It created a history in India's context. Jyotiba Phule and Savitribai Phule, both of them contributed for the education and empowerment of women, and as we see after the demise of Jyotiba Phule, Shahu Maharaj and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, they carried this karwa ahead, and they had added advantage to the to empowering the woman. So, as far as Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar is considered, how did Dr. Ambedkar see contribution of women in developing a family and ultimately the society and country? What were his views of looking towards women and her contribution for the development of the overall country?
Yeah, because Jyotiravu, because we all know that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he considered three persons as his mentors, that is Gautam Buddha, Kabir, and Jyotiravu Phule. Why he considered Jyotiravu Phule as his mentor? Because Jyotiravu Phule is the person, as I told you earlier, that was the person he was the person to advocate social democracy. We need social democracy and to avoid graded inequality. So these two aspects attracted and influenced Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, and also he noticed the work of Jyotiravu Phule done for women influenced him very much. So he understood that the ladies, those who joined the school, were not were not went back to their kitchen, but they were in the political scenario, and they had done a lot of activities. So Ambedkar realized that the power of women. He believed that if we give education to them, to women, she can reflect it to the society. That is why in 1942, he in Nagpur, in one conference that he held a conference for women, for the upliftment of women. There he used that famous quotation. I think that the most inspiring quotation in my life, that was that I measure the progress of community by the degree of a progress which women have achieved. We know the power of women because a society's basic unit is family. It is a miniature of family is the miniature of society. How we are behaving in the family, automatically it will reflect in the society also. If we are ready to practice social democracy in family, definitely the members of the family are ready to practice it in the society. If we are practicing social justice in the family, definitely we will we will follow the same thing in the society also. So he thinks that, and also in Indian concept, and India is following, because all the women had a load of responsibility in their shoulder. They had to nurture, they had to look after their parents, look after the senior citizens, they had to look after the in-laws, like mothers-in-law, fathers-in-law, sisters-in-law, and the beginning and the morning to night, she had to look after the day-to-day activities of her husband and his relatives. She had no time to improve her way of thinking, or to thinking about her studies and their health also. Most of the ladies were sexual toys of the patriarchy also. What the patriarchy is asking, their duty is to do all these things. But in the mind, that in the case of women in all the sectors, because in Brahmin, Kshatriyas or Vaishyas, Shudras or the Mool Nivasis, the condition of women were so worse, but the vulnerability of the downtrodden communities where we couldn't imagine. So so he understood that inside the family to enter with education, only then they can come out from the ignorance, and they can give light to the society. That is why he told that if a woman can manage all these things, why? Because she has an emotional bonding with her surrounding, with the people, those who are near to her. So he thinks that if a woman can manage a family very well, if you give education them, she can nurture the society very well. That is why he insisted that, like Jotiba Phule, to give opportunity to learn. The women, those who were practice the all the social activities in India were practiced where the primarily the they are victimizing the woman in first hand. And this woman had no idea that for what purpose we are doing sati, for what purpose we are, why they are abandoning from the family members. See, they had no idea because they consider if a woman she is practicing sati, then the society is giving a special type of reputation to them. They consider them after the sati, the practice of sati, that particular woman was considered as a goddess. The family would get a special reputation. They would get, they're ready to give a lot of positions in that village. So they consider these people are superior to others. So all these things motivated other women that to practice sati. So this is the way the patriarchy is victimizing them. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar tried to convince the cunningness of patriarchy, of the Hindu religion and the Brahmanic religion, and the cunningness of how patriarchy is practicing to protect wealth to their hand, how to open the vested interest of the patriarchy. So he thought that only women, the main victims are women. So the victim itself had to learn very well about what are the injustices happening to them. So that is why the victims had no idea that they are always ready to do anything because they are victims. In their mindset, in centuries onwards, they are thinking that we are victims, we are victims. When they never think that they are victims, they are thinking that we are goddess, we are doing all these things. After, because while practicing sati is a closure to end her marriage ceremony, that the social contract in a positive way. That is why they are ready to practice all these things. Because through practicing sati, she is thinking that particular woman is thinking that she is showing how much devotion and trust she had offered to her husband and his family members. So such a glorification she is receiving, or her family members are also receiving. So never think about that he is the real victim. So Baba Saheb Ambedkar thought that to convince them that you are the real victims and they are the culprits. So that is why he tried to enter the family with education, and he asked them that to come out from there. If you come out from your kitchen and you enter the society, you can make wonders. Only woman can make changes because you are the victim. That is the way he evoked ladies, evoked the woman, and everywhere, in whenever he get a piece of speech, or whenever he get to time to talk anything, um, he will never stop never stop this, and he is always passing his energy to them to evoke with education. That we can, which reflects in many areas, even in a round table conference also, in 30, 31st, 32, all these round table conference also, Baba Saheb Ambedkar raised his voice for the for women, especially for a downtrodden woman. And also one thing we have to remember that Baba Sahib Ambedkar, he was not a leader only for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and backward communities. He was a great leader for all the women, and that is still all the why I am sitting now in 2023. I am sitting in front of a news channel and talking about him, that because of his vision and because of the vision of Jotiba Phule only. I have no other person to give this credit. That not only for Mrudula Devi, but for all the Brahmin ladies, all the Kshatriya ladies, all the women had to give an oration from their mind to Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar. Baba Sahib Ambedkar got this question from Jotiba Phule. So that is why we are using Phule Ambedkarist feminist ideologies are the best ideology to address intersectional feminism, and it is the one and only measure to address caste.
Rightly pointed on, ma'am. Both Dr. Jotiba Phule and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, they had contributed a lot and took a woman from a very degraded position, and they had given such a position that today they can become president of India, or to the highest, they can occupy the highest position of India. So you can imagine a situation where a woman was not having a single right, and now a woman, as a woman, she is getting each and every right as far as the mainstream of the society is considered. So both Jotiba Phule and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar had brought a woman from rightless woman to each and every right woman. So definitely these two forefathers had contributed a lot for the woman empowerment. And as you rightly pointed out, today's woman is really grateful to both of these forefathers as far as their overall role is considered in empowering them. So we would like to hear from you your concluding message. What should today's women who are empowered by Jotiba Phule and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, what they should do to fulfill the dreams of their forefathers? Please give your message to our viewers, ma'am.
The message to women that we all know that through the work of Jotiba Phule, Ambedkar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar got a special vision about how to how to implement this into constitution, and through this constitution the woman got a lot of acts like that Hindu Succession Act, Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, Hindu Minority and Guardianship Act. All these facilities he had done for the people, and that is Sati Prevention Act, Family Court Act, Dowry Prohibition Act, Maternity Beneficiary Act, Immoral Traffic Prevention Act, Child Marriage Restriction Act, Equal Remuneration, National Commission for Women Act, Protection of Women from Domestic Violence. All these, a lot of, just I coined some of them only. All these he implemented in the constitution. So we, through this, we can understand that the lifestyle of Indian woman is fully. We have to dedicate our gratitude to Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, because he implemented all these acts in the all these amendments in Constitution. How he got this vision? Because this vision he got from Jotiba Phule, because he was the person who strongly advocated that he strongly advocated social democracy. So that is right. We have to respect that. So we have to think about that. In 1829, Sati banned from here. Punishable, it was punished by law. But also in 1986, a Roop Kanwar practiced Sati here. When Baba Sahib Ambedkar implemented insisted that Sati Prevention Act in the Constitution, so for that only our government got courage to raise the voice against Sati practiced in Rajasthan. So we understood that what are the laws are Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar written in the constitution for the benefits of ladies, benefits of women. So that is why internationally he got such an exclamation. So every woman have the right to protect this and pass this right to the next generation. For this Ambedkar Jayanti and this Jotiba Phule Jayanti, I would recommend and I request all the women that and all the people progress of the community by the progress of the women who have achieved development achieved by the community.
Right, ma'am. You are rightly pointed out, and hats off to both of these four fathers who had contributed entire their life for the empowerment of women. And today's women are the product of their vision, are the product of their social arena and social work. These both the four fathers had done. So it's really a very inspiring movement, social movement, as far as the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and Jotiba Phule's contribution is considered in the women empowerment. You had rightly pointed out, and your message will be well learned by our women who constitutes more than 50% of the population. And as we are toward the end of the discussion, I would like to thank you from MNT News Network to join today in our studio and giving their views of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and Jotiba Phule ji in empowering the women. Again, we will welcome you on some different topic on different day, and hope you will again join with us for discussing the different topics. Thank you very much for joining today. Jai Bhim, Jai Mul Nivasi, Jai Samvidhan, Jai Bharat. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity. Thank you, JP.
Yeah. So it was Mrudula Devi ji who had joined today on and discussed her views of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and his guru Jotiba Phule ji on women empowerment, and she had given a very important message to all the viewers why Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and Jotiba Phule ji had thought of giving rights to the women who were having no rights. Basically, if we can consider a situation where the woman started their life without any right, and now today she has each and every right because of her fathers, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar as well as Rashtrapita Jotiba Phule ji. So today we will end our discussion here, and tomorrow we will again meet at 8:30 p.m. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about May Day, because tomorrow is 1st May, and 1st May is the Labor Day. So, as an International Labor Day, we are with us Mulnivasi Bejwada Wilson ji, and tomorrow he is going to discuss with us about this International Labor Day and the movement of scavenging community. So we will have a discussion with him. So be with us tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. And thank you very much for joining today. We will meet again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Jai Bhim, Jai Mul Nivasi, Jai Samvidhan, Jai Bharat.